And welcome to Building Tech Sales Academy in public for another week. My name is Jameel. I'm the founder of Tech Sales Academy, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you here as always. What have I been building this week, folks? Not a lot. I'll be straight up. I have been focusing on my health, particularly my heart. Last week I spoke to you guys about starting to get a stress-induced heart condition from the prolonged stress of what I've been dealing with for the last almost 6 months now with the family situation. And yeah, man, that's been a real red flag for me. The fact that I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning every day this last week, almost 2 weeks, with heart pains and tingling, is a huge red flag. And yeah, man, it's scary as shit, to be quite honest. Like, I'm 34 years old, usually quite healthy. I understand that I've been going through some stuff and I've been, trying to do what I can for my mental health, but man, yeah, just walking around, the compounding anxiety of chest pains, arm tingling when I'm already anxious does not help. It's compounding. So I've really just got to focus all of my energies on calming myself down, releasing my cortisol, my stress hormones, doubling down on my mental health. And that's what I've been doing this week. Is I've been speaking to a lot more friends, going to therapy more, just chilling out, journaling, processing a lot more emotions, and trying to really get this stress out of my system as much as I can, because folks, everything we do here is not worth bad health, right? What's that quote? A healthy man wants 1,000 things, a sick man wants only one. And I want only one right now. Despite, my ambitions and also just everything I've got going on now, I need to be in peak condition. I need to be the strongest, most healthiest person in my family, because I am handling a lot right now, and it's all on me, which is unfortunate, but this is what life throws at you, right? So I haven't really done much this week as far as writing content. Barely been on the socials. I've prioritized trying to find a job, so meeting with people, putting in applications, because I just need the stability. Mentally, I need the stability. Financially, I need the stability. So that's been the priority. I've really traced it back to not getting this job with Accenture, which was a brutal way to be not hired, to be quite honest. The anxiety has stemmed from there. So I've just got to find some stability and move forward. But I tell you what, there's a strange, dangerous parallel in my mind between movement and stillness. Because mentally I go, nothing in my life happens, or nothing that I'm dealing with right now moves forward without my action. Literally nothing. I need to be on top of all of this, pushing the right people, making progress in all these areas. But then the compounding stress of having to deal with all these things at once is what's making me worse. And I have to go slower because my body is going, no, mate, like we need to not just do so much. And then it just becomes this really frustrating mental war of, am I doing enough to get us out of this? All right? Am I just, hey, am I not doing enough to get out of this chapter as soon as we can, versus the faith I've got to have in the universe to go, hey, this might suck, but this is exactly where you need to be. Everything is going to unfold perfectly in time. So you just need to keep yourself, a more relaxed, open vessel to the world around you, and just be okay and recognize that, hey man, like, look, we have enough to get by. I've got a roof over our head. There's no real concerns about money. We should hopefully get the house payment and a bunch of cash in the next week and a half, if all goes well, at the end of this week. So it's like, you're not really in that much of a struggle to keep everyone safe and everyone's head above water. You've got the money, you've got the resources. It really is just about time, doing the right things to clear out what's left in this massive backlog of crap, and just be as calm and healthy throughout this process, because it does fall on me. So that's where I'm just currently at, is that I'm slowing down. The business is growing, engagements are growing, more coaching. There is things happening behind the scenes, right? I am coaching more people, which is great. I'm seeing some more results, helping people get jobs, helping people just get massive clarity in their business, and that will then result in more sales down the line. I can see the green shoot still coming. So everything's positive. I've just got to keep this anxious brain in check and keep this palpitating heart chilled out. That's what I've really got to do. But look, it hasn't always been negative. Like I said, spending more time with people. Some of the positives that have happened this week. Harvested my first tomatoes. You guys have seen that for a little bit now. Beautiful, huge variety. I think I got at least 30 in my first harvest. I'm probably going to have at least 100 tomatoes come through, which is crazy and pretty cool. So very excited about that. And then I also on the weekend went out and saw Kaytranada, great DJ. Got some average seats, unfortunately, but the vibe was great. And it was just good to be out in the world, because where I am living right now is kind of isolating. I feel like I'm in the desert. I am literally in like the back end of Western Melbourne, where it is just cactus and tumbleweed territory, quite honestly. So to be out in the world, around people, having fun in the city, having some fresh energy was much needed. And yeah, you know, overall, tough week, but doesn't mean things aren't going to get better. The only way is still up, and we stay optimistic as much as we can. Today, I'm going to give you a full open source look at the Tech Sales Academy courses and curriculums. This is the stuff that I've been working on over the last couple of years, and what I have changed as a result of the massive clarity and a rework of the courses that I've learned from the last 12 months. So last week, I showed you guys the massive clarity in understanding what I'm giving you at Tech Sales Academy. Okay, I'm giving you everything you need to succeed as a tech AE. So understanding what a full stack AE sales funnel looks like, what are the meta skills that we will focus on to make sure you are a great non-technical person in tech sales. So focusing not just on your sales process, which is what everyone talks about, but your soft skills, your meta skills, such as communication, presentation, EQ, very big, understanding your systems, a bit of business acumen, a bit of technical knowledge and strategy as well. And then the progression of the different roles as an AE in the different segments, we talked about that. And then what your earning potential is as an AE over the next 10 years, which is pretty high, about $1.7 million on average. So that's the clarity of the entire curriculum, right? This is what I'm trying to get you towards. Here is your earning potential. And now we talk about the courses itself. And here is the actual curriculum and the learnings that get you there. So last week we talked about reflections that I had in the last 12 months. I felt like I rushed version 1 of the course because I was so eager to get out and get this thing into the world. I didn't really get to tell the full story of the Academy and how much work I've actually put into this thing. And I didn't really give enough clarity on the value stack and the progression of what this actually does for you and why. So as a result, I have changed some things around with the curriculum. So now I've got clear intended outcomes with each of the courses. Here are my goals for you. This is how I hope for you to succeed as a result of using these courses. I've doubled down on the fundamentals of my free course and the fundamentals of great technology sales, because there's a lot of demand on understanding lead gen, cold calls, cold calling, because that's where a lot of AEs actually struggle. And I've structured and basically standardized the progression of each course with funnel knowledge and a qualifying framework. And then the meta skills are in Tech Sales OS. So there's a progression of skills, outcomes, etc. So for the basic free course, I'll teach you how to use BANT. In the AE's Toolkit, which is the low ticket course, that's MedPick, because that's industry standard. And then in Tech Sales OS, which is my signature course, I teach you the Miller-Hyman sales methodology, because that's my personal favorite, and I think really incorporates all of the different elements of what it means to be a great account executive. It's not just about technical stuff, it's actually about the people skills along the way. So as a result, I have mapped out completely all of my courses and the curriculum. I'm just going to talk you through them now. Okay, so as you can see here, it's probably a bit hard to see, I've got 3 courses that progress naturally. I'm going to put that right here. So you've got, for the new AEs, this is the free course, and the SDRs that are trying to get their first foot into an AE role. We've got AEs that are probably in this SMB to mid-market space that are trying to increase their performance, realize, oh shit, there's way more to this gig than I realized, and I don't feel like I've got all of the pieces necessary to be successful in the role. And then there is the elite AEs who are making big cash, right? This is for your mid-market and enterprise and beyond. This is giving you all of the meta skills, strategic skills, all the things that companies and customers want to hear about from you, you know, your technology strategy, your business acumen, your ability to connect technology solutions to business outcomes, all of that strategic skill set. You're never going to get that in any other sales course. I just know you're not. Everyone just focuses on, here is your email sequences and all that sort of shit. So this is what is my main course. This is me trying to give you essentially a sales PhD. Everything I know about technology sales in one place packaged up for you. So those are the 3 courses, and like I said, each of them have intended outcomes now. So the focus for the mentorship, which is free, you can access most of that now. I'm developing that now as we speak in the academy. And this is what is giving you basically a full map to what it means to be successful and the fundamental structure of being a great AE. So that full stack funnel that you would have seen before, plus the fundamentals of what it means to generate leads, cold calling, cold email, etc. And I'll go through all the lessons in a sec. So ideally, the intended outcome of the mentorship is to give you a map, to give you the fundamentals of what it means to be a competent basic AE, right? So making sure you're hitting quota, hitting that 33% close rate, which is industry standard. And then of course, when you want to become an AE, you want to be making at least 6 figures. Okay, so in making sure that you have the fundamentals so you are comfortable in your AE role, or if you are going for it, you can be prepared about the expectations of what that is and preparing for it. Okay. So the curriculum I've really updated and will be really punching up because I think it's, you know, it's a great fundamental and a great way to provide a lot of value up front for anyone that's curious about the community. So what I'm doing is I'm giving the full Tech AE journey map, all those big modules you saw before, all of these things. I'll just be putting free lessons about that end to end. And so that everyone knows from day dot, this is what I'm about, this is how I'm helping you. And you go, oh shit, this guy really is just putting this all out for you. Like I said, this academy is meant to be open source, no bullshit. Here are the facts, here's the info, learn it, let me help you. Okay, so that's that full journey map, and that's showing you exactly how you become a 7-figure AE and everything you need to know to get there. Okay, then I've got the fundamentals. This is what you need to understand the basics of. Principles, obviously you want to work with principles and integrity. Some of the stuff that I talk around networking, the personal versus the professional network, understanding your ICP, your UVP, so your ideal customer persona, unique value proposition, how those two tie together to actually help with your lead generation. What are some deep dives around cold calls and cold emails, and then I give you the qualifying framework so you can actually work your funnel. Okay, so everything in red I'm just developing now. Most of these are actually developed, you just have to record them. Like I said, I've been a bit crook for the last few days trying to sort my heart out, so I'm working on this as we speak. Then I'm going to have a couple of other modules just around some personal development stuff and mindset, and then the resources that are going to be available for free, just in that course I've listed out and I'll be working on as well. And so the cold calls, metrics, fixes, and ChatGPT script will be in the cold calls deep dive. I think that cold calls deep dive will probably be about half an hour, if not more. So a lot of value for free. Okay. Next up, we've got the AE's Toolkit, and this is focused on giving you the fundamentals, structure, and competence to be a performing account executive. Ideally for the SMB to mid-market, because that's where I spent most of my time anyway. So the idea is you just follow my process. You know exactly what I did from top of funnel, bottom funnel, account management, end to end. So you have a proven template and framework that you can just learn around and develop. Okay, and this is, you just get better at this process and nail it and you'll be a great AE. That's the intention. So the target performance with that, I'm trying to get you to overachieve on your quota, closing 50% of your opportunities, and ideally winning some performance awards. Maybe you become a top 10% sales achiever, whatever that might be. Ideally, with this course, you are making 150K plus because you're overachieving on your 100K quota, 100K role, and you're working about 30 hours a week. And why I say 30 hours a week is because generally when you are working with a lot more customers, there's a lot more administration, there are a lot more overheads. But if you are efficient by just focusing on the revenue generating actions in your business and exactly what I teach you to do every day, you should not have to work overtime Not at all, because there's going to be busy periods where you're going to be like, have to just knuckle down and get shit done to get that number in. But you know, your average week should only be about 30 hours a week, because you're only focusing on what's relevant inside the business. So the curriculum for this is my end-to-end documented top 1% AE process. Exactly what I did as a 2x top 1% AE at Cisco and Telstra Enterprise. So I talk about my principles, values, and mindset. It's all about the mind. It's very important. Then there is the planning systems. So understanding your people system, your pipeline system, and your process system, optimizing for those. I'm also putting in some more information on the ICP and UVP in here, so you can use that exercise from the fundamentals, because it's very effective. And I also give you an ICP profile, so a deep dive into what IT managers, CIOs, and CTOs want from the technology solutions from the customers, so from the people that sell to them, right? It's a real psychological profile, very important stuff. And then I go into what I do for prospecting, qualifying, and discovery. Again, I will take the deep dives and the 4 types of lead gen lessons from the fundamentals and put them here, because they are still relevant. Or some of the learnings that I've gotten from being on LinkedIn for a while in particular is that everyone is really concerned about lead gen and cold stuff. So I'm just going to put a lot more content that's relevant to them there, because I didn't really focus on that too much in my roles, in my time, because I usually had a portfolio of customers that were relatively warm already. So what I've also got is how you develop and close opportunities, how to run a demo, manage objections, what you should be doing to smash your quota daily. I'm also going to put something in there to give you a masterclass on having a great pitch deck. I think it's really important, because a lot of people just copy and paste, and the aesthetic of your pitch deck can actually mean a lot towards the quality of work that you present to the customers, because that's what they'll see when they're making a purchase decision. In the account management space, talking about some basic standards for response times, how to run a good meeting, how to transform an upset customer. That's really important as well. It's one of my specialties as an account executive, how you take them from pissed off to absolutely loving you and reinvesting in you. I did that many times for millions of dollars. And then the strategic sales framework is going to be MedPick. I don't really care for MedPick, but industries love it. The industry cares for it. They want you to have a professional framework that you understand. So I'm just going to teach you that. It does the job, right? It's a checkbox exercise. It's not a strategic sales framework. As far as the resources that are in there, there are, again, 10 plus free resources, and they're going to develop some more. That's already included in the course, and then the support is pretty straightforward. You can hit me up, and there's a free Q&A session. Then, I've got to be quick here because I've got a 15-minute limit. Tech Sales OS is my signature course. This is where I've put all of my work in for the last 2 years actually now. And the Account Executives Toolkit is actually derived from Tech Sales OS to be a smaller, more compact course. But really what I'm focusing on is to transform you into that trusted technology advisor to become an elite enterprise AE with that strategic skill set. Okay, so it's not just about the sales process and the funnel, it's all of the meta skills, soft skills, sales psychology, all of the stuff around the account executive role that people really need to understand, but you don't learn anywhere else. That's where you have to go to YouTube and sort of figure out what works for you and what doesn't. So you can see that I've already done a lot of work making this. This is what the Tech Sales OS is, but I'm going to add a few more really powerful masterclasses around EQ and tactical empathy, because they're extremely important. EQ is the superpower for AEs. You need to understand that. Once you master EQ and understand it properly, your life will change, your career will change, everything will change. So I really am going to double down on that. I'm going to use the Miller-Hyman Strategic Sales Framework, because again, this is what I would teach to other enterprise BDMs during my time at Telstra, and I've taught this to a bunch of tech founders when I was doing sales lecturing. I think this is a better strategic sales framework. It incorporates emotional intelligence and understanding the vibe of a customer to really determine whether you've got a quality opportunity or not, and people don't understand that properly. Okay, so that's the entire thing. I've also got something called the metagame of tech sales. That's very sneaky stuff. I'm going to put that in a different episode, but that's also coming as well. So as you can see, this is what I'm working on, right? This is when my heart and my ticker is working. This is what I'm working on to fill these out. I've actually got a bunch of these already recorded. I just got to put them together, okay? But basically every morning I'll be working on getting all of these things in the red sorted out, and then I've got a complete curriculum, complete package that I can just double down on and then just focus on optimizing it and selling more of it, right? And that's the build order that I've got over the next couple of weeks, probably a lot longer actually, but that's what it is. So that's what I'm working on. This is exactly what you get in the academy. If you think this is really damn exciting, you're like, man, this guy's packing a heap of information in here, go to school.com/Tech Sales Academy, join the free community, get that free tech sales fundamentals course that is literally being updated daily as we speak. And then if you want to invest in the courses, you can also do so. And then with Tech Sales OS, you also get a 60-minute one-to-one coaching session and a action plan with yours truly, where I will optimize and give you a plan about how you can execute in your portfolio and absolutely smash quota ASAP using these tools. Okay, so that's what I'm working on. We probably progress through this every single week and show you where I'm up to. And again, if you want to check that out, school.com/Tech Sales Academy. I shall see you in there.